Hey, what's up, APUSH people? Today we have the Enlightenment for you, a topic that is specifically mentioned in the new curriculum and has an instrumental role in the development of the United States. So definitely be familiar with this topic for the new APUSH curriculum. So let's take a look exactly at the new APUSH curriculum in the Enlightenment. Key concept 2.3, Roman numeral I, letter B. Several factors promoted Anglicization in the British colonies, the growth of the autonomous political communities based on English models, the development of commercial ties and legal structures, the emergence of transatlantic print culture, Protestant evangelism, religious toleration, and the spread of European Enlightenment ideas. So definitely be familiar with the fact that the Enlightenment had a tremendous impact on American and the world politics and society. And again, like everything that you see in that curriculum that is specifically mentioned in the white area, make sure you are familiar with it. That is fair game for the test that you are expected to know without a prompt whatsoever. All right, let's go over some background info. What the heck is the Enlightenment? Well, it is a movement that believed that reason and knowledge could lead to progress and advancements in society. So when exactly did this occur? It was in the 17th and 18th centuries, and it originated in Europe. So what is the impact of it? Well, it helped challenge traditional authority, especially governments and monarchies, and this idea that maybe monarchies and leaders with all this power wasn't the best way for government to be run. All right, some key Enlightenment thinkers that you should be familiar with. The first guy up is John Locke, arguably the most famous one. He has a reading called The Two Treatises of Government, and he laid forth his belief in natural rights. And there are three natural rights that all people are born with: life, liberty, and property. That sounds familiar because Thomas Jefferson took that and changed property to the pursuit of happiness in the Declaration of Independence. He also believed in this idea of the consent of the governed, and consent means you are giving your permission. So the permission of those that are governed. What exactly does that mean? It means that the government or the leaders rule with the people's permission. In other words, people elect them to run the government on their behalf. And in a very worst case scenario, the people can overthrow the governments if necessary. They can certainly at least vote them out of office. That's what he meant by the consent of the governed. And these ideas were influential in the Declaration of Independence. Next up, we have Baron de Montesquieu, and he wrote The Spirit of Laws, and he advocated checks and balances and separation of powers. In other words, dividing power among branches would help prevent government abuse. And we see this in our government today with three separate government branches. We have the legislative branch, which makes laws, the executive branch, which enforces laws, and the judicial branch, which determines whether or not these laws are constitutional. This idea is in part thanks to Baron de Montesquieu. Thomas Paine, or T. Paine, was a British-born individual who later moved to the United States, and he wrote Common Sense, and he advocated that the U.S. declare independence from England. He wrote that in January 1776, and it was one of the best-selling pamphlets at that time. And just like John Locke, Thomas Paine helped influence the Declaration of Independence. So let's talk about some key ideas that are seen in the U.S. government as a result of the Enlightenment. Again, as I mentioned before, we have the three branches of government. We also have freedom of speech, which was this idea introduced by another Enlightenment thinker, Voltaire, and the ideas which encouraged individuals to challenge authority in unjust government helped inspire the American Revolution. So again, these ideas of those Enlightenment thinkers really made colonists feel, you know what, our government is not serving us properly. We should overthrow that government. And Enlightenment ideas were seen in other revolutions as well, not just the American Revolution. We have the French Revolution in 1789, and we have Latin American revolutions as well. People like Simón Bolívar, who plays a huge role in a lot of Latin American countries gaining independence from Spain. All right, some test tips for the Enlightenment: multiple choice and short answer questions. They may give you an excerpt of a reading. Maybe it's a John Locke, maybe it's a Montesquieu, and just know what those impacts are. Be able to explain them. Short answer, be able to identify and describe Enlightenment thinkers and their impacts. Perhaps you'd have to choose one or two of them. And for essay questions, think about the causes of the American Revolution and how exactly did the Enlightenment fit into the causes of the American Revolution. All right, that's everything you guys need to know about the Enlightenment. I thank you guys very much for watching. If you have not already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and help me spread the word about this video as well. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below and I will get back to you. I thank you again for watching this and have a good day, guys.